Namaste. Hello. It's lovely to connect with you. My name is Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook, and Temple of Balance on YouTube. I just did a boo-boo. I accidentally started streaming on my private profile. So if you are one of the few who may have caught that brief recording, welcome back. I'm in the right place now, I think. So thanks for stopping by. I trust I'm in the right place. We will see. Time will tell. So welcome. It's lovely to see you today. I trust that you're flowing well and things are moving. I trust that things aren't building up and accumulating and creating a stagnation, a stagnant space, that things are moving, even if they're intense. Even if the river is flooding, we need to move with that water rather than bank things up and create a problem sort of area for us. So I trust that things are moving for you. Hi everyone, lovely to see you. So welcome. I'm going to be sharing some guidance for Friday, the 11th of May, Saturday and Sunday. And I'm also very inspired to play the stallion drum. So I will be doing that at some point during this streaming. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be fairly long because I've got 3 days to cover and I also want to drum. So we will just go with the flow. If you have to go somewhere or be somewhere during this live stream, then remember to come back and connect with the replay if you are inspired to. So extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If you're new to watching, welcome. Let us know, please, if you are new, so we can all welcome you. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm going to be looking for one card for Friday the 11th of May, then one card for Saturday the 12th of May, and then one card for Sunday the 13th of May. And then I'm going to be looking for one card for the theme for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Hi Bianca, who's new, and Desiree is new. Welcome. I'm also got my my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. I will pull those at some point. I don't know when. I don't feel like I want to pull one yet. We might pull one with the drum perhaps a little bit later. So the drums here, I'm going to play that when I'm inspired to. It might be part way through the guidance. It may be at the end. It's certainly not going to be at the beginning. So that I do know. Just a reminder too that I'm not doing personal readings here. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. Just take on board what feels right for you. Let the rest go. Don't hold on to anything that doesn't make sense, that doesn't resonate. If anything stirs up for you, if you're confronted by anything that's said or that's shared, then that's your stuff to process and work out what your truth is. You may be confronted by something I say or something anyone says at any time, and that will be something for you to sit with for a few days and then come to your conclusion whether it's true for you or not. Everything I say, in fact, nothing I say may resonate with you, and that's okay. If it doesn't, if nothing resonates, then you probably won't hang around for long. But if something doesn't resonate when most of the other stuff does, it doesn't really matter. I don't need emails saying that I'm wrong or that something I do doesn't match what you do. It doesn't matter. I trust my intuition 100%, and I invite you to trust your intuition 100%. You don't need to trust mine. I trust mine. You trust yours. When we all do that, we're going to co-create a beautiful planet and world together. When we try and force people to think the way we think or follow our intuition without following their own, that's when things get messy. So I'm really trusting that we're moving in a new direction with that. So thanks everyone for joining me. I don't think there's anything I need to say now, so I'm going to start. We're going to look for the best card for Friday, the 11th of May. Now, I don't usually, as you all know, my regular viewers, so I don't usually pull I will start again. I don't usually pull for 3 days in a row, but as I say, I don't particularly like to draw cards for Friday and Saturday and leave poor old Sunday out of it. I'd like to have the Saturday and Sunday ones together, and I haven't been in for a few days, and I was inspired to be here, so it's either wait till Saturday and do Saturday and Sunday, or do 3 days, which is why I'm here. So, with that said, I trust the best card will find its way to the top for Friday, the 11th of May. And we're going with this card right here. And we've got card 1, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael's keywords say truth, protection, boundaries, and courage. Now, being the first card in the deck, this talks about new beginnings taking place on Saturday, things starting to really shift. It's also on Friday, I think I said Saturday. We're doing Friday the 11th of May. So the 11th, and we've got card 1, so that's lots of ones if you're into numerology. I don't know much about it, so that's something for you to look up if you want to. But Archangel Michael is certainly around strongly at this time. Why? There's lots of stuff happening. There's lots of planetary stuff going on. There's lots of storms and unrest with our planet, a lot of volcanic activity, lots of quite large earthquakes that are going on as well. So there's lots of planetary stuff going on that a lot of us are affected by, and a lot of stuff that's on-flowing or also rippling out into our life. So there's a lot of unrest at this time. So this energy brings about a strong support, a strong sense of courage, but also I feel like this guardianship over us and our planet at this time. We're also being guided on Friday to secure our boundaries and make sure our boundaries are clear and healthy. As we change and our priorities change, our boundaries will also require assessment and changing too, perhaps. So just because we had certain boundaries last week doesn't mean we're going to want to hold them today. So it depends on how quickly or slowly we might be moving through things, but our boundaries may require assessment on Friday, so we make sure we keep our energy clear and as high vibrating as possible, and certainly not being pulled down by other people's bad mood, if you like, or their own negativity that they're going through. So really being a bit perhaps picky and choosy, a bit selective is what I'm feeling with this card too for Friday. So if you're feeling particularly vulnerable, you might need to affirm or strengthen your boundaries on Friday, especially when you're around negative situations or negative people that are naturally wanting to pull your energy down too. When we're feeling vulnerable and fragile, we tend to be a little bit more susceptible to being influenced and pulled down by other people's problems. So let's take some steps to take some deep breaths and really keep our energy levels nice and high, if you like. So that's the guidance for Friday. Archangel Michael, he hasn't appeared for a while, so if you're fairly new to watching, you may not have seen that card before. So keep your boundaries strong. Know that you're safe and protected if you're struggling at the moment. So I trust that makes sense to you. Thank you so much. Now I'm looking for the best card for Saturday, the 12th of May. Saturday the 12th. We will see what comes up. Will we get a double up? We will see. It's certainly been popular in the last couple of videos. So, Saturday the 12th of May, we're going for this card here. And we've got Stag card 49. And his keywords say lost, help, guide, path, and discouraged. So the Stag has a sad energy around him, as you could probably see. Yet, I don't know if you can notice, but here is a path. And there's this feeling with this card that some of us may feel a little bit disorientated, or that we've taken a wrong turn, or taken a step backwards, or that we're not on our path. As I've said many times, it is truth for me, perhaps it's truth for you too. I don't feel that we can ever be off our path. It's our mind that makes us think that we are. So there's a lot of mental energy around this card, which tells us we may be quite mentally active on Saturday, and we may take things perhaps a little bit too personally, or blow things out of proportion a little bit mentally. So that may make us feel that we're not where we need to be, that we've taken a wrong turn, that something went wrong, that we missed an opportunity, we missed something. All those types of thoughts, of course, they will feel very real for us, but they're not actually true. Because in truth, we can never be off our path. It's always under our feet, no matter how fast or how slow we walk or run. Even if we walk on our hands, our path is under our feet. We cannot run from it, and it will certainly not leave us. It's our mind that makes us think that we did something wrong. So just keep perspective. There's a feeling here with this energy coming down over the stag or over us to remind us to cleanse and clear, and really think about focusing on letting go, especially over Saturday, and really clearing that heavy mind energy, that heavy mental space that may be making us feel a little bit off track on Saturday. We may have been feeling it lately, so it may just we may have time to dedicate into letting go and releasing that on Saturday. So that's Stag's message for Saturday the 12th. Feeling lost and discouraged, but it is a state of mind. It is a state of mind. So let's take some steps to refocus on our path and what is important. One thing that I find really helpful to help me do that, if I feel like I've lost track, or if I'm not on my path, is to really practice some genuine gratitude, because gratitude helps bring me back on track and helps me keep perspective of what's really important at this time. But also honestly look at the things that have been pulling you out of yourself, or out of feeling like that you're on your path, or whether you're not. So letting things go that are being revealed. So let's now look for the best card. No, we're not. We're going to do some drumming, I feel. Let's drum first. So I've got my stallion drum here, and he's flying. He's going whichever way I want to hold him, isn't he? So I'm going to play that. Just make sure it's... Oh, yeah, it's good sound. I'm going to play that, and I really feel I would really love to focus on helping you let go and helping you release what you've been holding on to, especially release the limitations you've been holding in your mind that have been making you think that things are different than what they really truly are. So I'm going to drum to help you let go. If you have something more pressing and important for you to focus on during this drumming, then please focus on that. Trust what you feel is right. So there's nothing you can do wrong. I'm going to play the drum. I'm not going to talk, and I'm just going to hold this space. So you do and work with this energy as you need to. Allow the drum to hold you and help touch you in places of your body where you've been wounded, where you can now allow that stuff to come to the surface so you can let it go. You may want to keep repeating an affirmation like, it is safe for me to let go. I am ready to be free. This is the best moment for me to start or continue my releasing. I let go of everything that's holding me back. Just some examples. So I'm going to drum at the very least. Just listen. Listen to the sound, see what it does for you in your body. And if you want to take it deeper, just take some deep breaths and drop into the sound of the drum. Drop into your body, drop into yourself, and see what you need to release at this time. I'm going to unpin my microphone because this microphone and my drums don't get on that well. So I'm going to pin you to my, whoops, I'm talking very loud probably, pin you to my smudge bowl. And I'm going to put you way over here on the other side of my table and drum. So enjoy. Thank you. Just going to take my top off. It suddenly got really hot in here. Oh, I thought I lost connection. I wonder if you can hear me. Oh, I don't know. I'll just readjust my microphone. Okay, how are you feeling? I trust you enjoyed that bit of drumming. There's lots of energy shifting right now if we allow ourselves to shift. We have to let ourselves do that. Otherwise, like I said at the very beginning of this stream, it becomes like a big boulder on a flooded stream. If that flooded energy, if that flooded stream is the intensity of our life right now, we're better off to roll with the moving flooded waters rather than stopping ourselves at the boulder, which then starts accumulating. All this stuff starts building up. So we have to really be, to help us move through this intense time, we have to feel our way through it and keep flowing downstream, no matter how crazy things may get for us personally. So let's remember to do that. There's a lot of movement energy in this drum. The stallion really helps us push through stuff, and it is on my website. If it speaks to you, just go and have a look over there if you're inspired to. So thank you. Okay, thanks everyone. Victoria says hello. Desiree says that was beautiful. That's great, Desiree. Thank you. And I think you're a new viewer too, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you are new and did enjoy it, please stop back again sometime soon. So I'm now looking for the best card for Sunday, the 13th of May. Sunday, the 13th of May. And it feels to be like quite an energy shift on Saturday. So I feel that there's something new that's coming on Sunday. Let's see what the cards say. We have card 38 called Focus. The key words say holding position, timing and growth. The interesting thing about this card and Saturday's Stag card is that they both have these paths here that I've drawn on them. So Stag, the card for Saturday, talked about us thinking that we did something wrong, that we weren't really on track, that we weren't on our path for some reason. Whereas this card shows that there's a shift in energy where we're becoming clearer and more confident in ourselves and the path that we are standing on Sunday. So there's a big change. It feels like a flip in energy somehow over Saturday and Sunday, where we go from feeling like we're not on our path to knowing 100% that we are there. There's this feeling with this card that we might have some people that just don't get our reasons for doing something, our motivations, our desire for change at this time. So on Sunday we may have some naysayers or some people who want to perhaps push their opinion onto us, saying that we shouldn't do that with our life, or we shouldn't do this or that based on their opinion. So we're being guided to hold strong in our own stance on Sunday. Now, if we're caught up in the Stag energy of feeling like we're not on our path and feeling a bit, sort of emotional perhaps about it, or a bit unstable, or like we've done something wrong, a bit self-critical, then the naysayers might be able to chip away at us. We might start believing them because we're not sure within ourselves. As we become more solid and sure and confident within ourselves and our path and where we are right now in our life, then the people around us that are trying to change us or want us to live our life according to them, for example, they will just kind of ricochet off this field around us. So this shows us being strong, focused, and holding true in our current position. A feeling of there's another word here, feeling sure, feeling confident, feeling clear, feeling strong within our bodies and within our mind as well. So that position that we move into on Sunday, wherever we land, wherever we find ourselves, and I get this visual of like a large eagle holding us by its claws and then dropping us on our path on Sunday. And wherever we come to land, let's trust in that position or that space that we've landed, that position that we've reached. We know why we've walked our path. We know why we made certain decisions, or why we don't want to do something or do want to do something. We know why we've done those things, and we don't have to explain ourselves to others, and we certainly don't have to follow the path that other people want to carve out for us. So let's become stronger within ourselves, clearer within our mind. There's that feeling that's coming again, which I can't quite grasp that word that kind of describes it, but this kind of strength of character, this sense of focus that's coming in. Let's be unwavering in the position that we stand on Sunday, because we're growing from that position. This is a great place to put our roots down and allow ourselves to grow like a great old oak tree. growing and becoming stronger and clearer within ourselves. So I trust that makes sense. That's for Sunday. Focus, holding position, growth. Interesting, thank you. Yeah, just a reminder, I'm not doing personal requests for readings here. I don't do them on my videos. So this is general guidance for everyone, and I trust something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So now I'm looking for the theme card. And I'm being pulled over to the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. So we're going to do something just different. We're going to do something very different. I'm going to pull one of these for the theme card for the end of the weekend. So the theme card will help tie these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So these are my new Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. These are templates, samples. They are not available yet. I'm refining these cards and just playing with them, you know, getting used to a new deck. Even though I made them, it's still something new to get used to. So I'm looking for the best card now for the theme for Friday, Saturday and Sunday to help us see the bigger picture of those particular days. That's the most helpful for the majority of us. We're going to go with this card here. Oh, look at that. We've got frog, and it's so funny. I have never seen a frog here. Never seen a frog. I may have seen one in my whole life years ago, living here in Tasmania. We're not a froggy place in general. I may not hear them, but we don't have big green tree frogs or anything. But last night, when my daughter and I came home from a local theatre show, and it was pouring with rain, like we're having floods and things here, very safe here. But we had a frog on our door, and my daughter and I were extremely excited about this frog. I love frogs, and I feel a lot of frog energy around these last few days, so I am not surprised at all that this card came up. This is card 34 in the deck, the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards coming later in the year. And the keywords here say cleanse your environment. Cleanse your environment. So now frog may mean something special and specific for you. And if it does, then great. You can, that's part of the way sort of oracle cards and things work. Your meanings are wonderful. So what I'm going to talk about may resonate with you. It may not, and that's okay. But the frog to me and has come up to remind us that this is going to be a really powerful 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, for cleansing, clearing, purifying our space, our mind, our body, ourselves. We are preparing ourselves is what I feel like we need to say. I know I'm preparing myself. It's my rebirth day on Monday. So these next 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, are my last 3 days for this year for me. So I know for me personally, I am preparing myself for my new year. You may also be in a mode where you kind of feel like you're preparing for something. You may be preparing for something that you know that you're preparing for. It may not be something that you know at this point, and that's okay. So in this time of preparation, we're being guided to purify, cleanse, and clear our space, to clear our heart. And I want to say clear our heart of old love wounds and old hurt that we've been carrying in our heart, especially in regards to relationships or old relationships. That it's time to dissolve these old wounds now and just let them go. Sometimes it is easier said than done, but if we're willing to let go, it is the first big step of starting to get that ball rolling, if you like. If you continue to say, it's so hard to let go, I just can't do it, well, you're already holding yourself back with your mindset and the words that you're using. So if you can change your words to something that's softer, like I'm going to do my best to let this go, or I'm going to release this grudge that I'm holding against this person, because it's only holding, if we're holding a grudge against someone, it's only holding ourselves prisoner. It's not holding that person prisoner, it's holding ourselves prisoner. So how long are we going to allow our past grudges, our past issues or wounds to dictate to us how we live our life today. So as we prepare to shift that, as we prepare to step more clearly and fully into ourselves and into our life, we're being encouraged to purify, cleanse and let go. If you're lucky enough to be someone like me who's in a space right now that has a lot of water, that is raining and wet and windy, then you can work with the elements, the weather elements, to also help you let go. So how would you do that? Well, how I might do that, how I do that, is I lay in bed of a night and I imagine the rain coming through the roof and washing over my body and carrying away all the stuff that doesn't serve my highest truth anymore. Everything. I ask for everything to be released. I might stand out in the wind and feel the wind blowing over my body, and I ask the wind to carry my wounds and my old stuff that I've been carrying away. If there's a lot of water around, you can, or if you're even just taking your shower for the day, you can imagine that shower, the water element, carrying away stuff that's holding you back. So I encourage you over these next few days to soften any resistance you have in letting go, especially those stubborn wounds that just don't seem to go, they just fester and then they die down and then something triggers them and they fester again. They are the wounds that are coming up at this time. Also brand new wounds we didn't know we had are coming to the surface. So as wounds come to the surface, it gets very uncomfortable. But it comes to the surface so we can let it go. So if anything's coming to the surface and getting your attention lately, that's wound related or hurt related to your past, then it's an opportunity for you to let go. So allow yourself to let go. It is safe for you to let go. And one of the most powerful affirmations that I remember I learnt when I was really bound up with grief and I was really struggling to understand why this young person left, what happened here. I was so angry and just could not comprehend. I couldn't find any acceptance. But I also felt so bogged down with it. This was 10 years ago, this week actually, that this young man passed. And I remember the affirmation by Louise Hay, I am willing to change. I am willing to change. Allowed me, or let me give myself permission to change, to be able to let go and to find some sort of acceptance so I can get on with my life. It doesn't mean the grief goes, it just means that there's a tie that's untied that allows us to just start moving on just that little bit more. So if that's something that resonates or anything that resonates, please work with it if you're inspired to. This is guide only. It's just shared through my experience and my intuition as I feel it. But as I said at the very beginning, you trust your intuition and what feels right for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards at the beginning. I'm glad someone finds this hilarious. That's wonderful. I'm glad it's really funny. Laughter is great for helping shift and clear the energy. So today I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards, which are available now on my website if you're inspired by them, and my Animal Kingdom cards. They'll be out in September. So pre-orders should open in July. So getting close to having these ready. So thank you for joining me today. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you'd like to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. So have a fantastic weekend. I may be back to share some guidance on my birthday. I may not. We'll see how I feel. So I may be back Monday, but I may not. I'll be back when I'm back. So thanks for stopping by today and have a fantastic few days. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you.